The shelter in place, how you can make the most of your time at home. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, because of the shelter in place that most Californians and Bay Area residents have been in for about a week now, I wanted to do a video about how you can make the most of your time at home, because we can't really go out unless it's to get groceries or medicine or care for those that need it. So a lot of us are just holed up at home wondering what to do for these next several weeks, possibly months. I live in the Bay Area in Silicon Valley, and so we've been in a shelter in place for about a week now, and I know most of us work from home, so during the weekdays and during the day we kind of have work to do, but at night there's a lot of free time for us to have, and you can't just spend it all watching Netflix. So I wanted to give you guys some ideas of what I've been doing at home and what I've seen that other people have also been doing to keep themselves busy and sane during this time. So I'm going to give you guys a few ideas, so let's get right into it. So the first obvious idea is to really explore cooking. A lot of people have been getting back into cooking or baking, and they feel like they have the time to actually make meals again. And even though you can go out to get food and to get takeout and support local restaurants, I think a lot of people have felt that they can take this time to explore new recipes and get back into cooking. I personally am not a cook. Hui's really the one that does most of the cooking. If I were to cook, I would do something very simple and I don't really put much effort into it. But I can see why it's interesting and fun to try new recipes or try things that you've been wanting to make, but it may take too long because you have a lot of time to do it. So I've seen a lot of people cooking nice breakfasts and cakes, cupcakes, other sweets and noodle dishes, curries, things like that. And so I think that's really exciting. One spin on that is that because even Boba Guys is closed now and a lot of boba places are not offering takeout, as you guys know, I used to like to make a lot of boba at home, but I haven't really been doing that lately, so I thought I would take the time to make some boba for ourselves on a Saturday afternoon, because even though you could go out and get takeout, it's a little difficult and I want to minimize the time of going outside, and so I thought I would show you guys how I make boba at home. I do have a video on it, so you can click up here if you want, but I thought I would show you a little more modified version, so let's go make some boba. So this is the day before I'm actually going to drink the boba. And I am just going to make the tea because I like my tea cold. So I'm gonna brew it now and then refrigerate it. I'm going to use this water nymph from Tea People, which tastes similar to the roasted oolong I usually like for mine. For Hui, we're gonna try this cinnamon toast black tea from my Sips by box. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in my tea strainer, and then I'm going to pour the water in order to brew it. For Hui's, I'm going to put this in here and then pour the hot water. Also, because I'm a wimp, I'm going to add some brown sugar into mine because I know otherwise it won't be sweet enough. Like 1 tablespoon. Have my water starting to boil. This is the boba that I bought 6 months ago. I found it at H Mart, but I also found it on Amazon, so I'm gonna follow someone's recipe and instructions because I've never used this one. I usually use this other one I used to get from H Mart, which I couldn't find this time. It's definitely brown sugar and maybe some honey, but I think brown sugar is really what makes the boba sweet. Once they all float to the top, you cook it on low boil for 20 minutes. This is what it's looking like so far. You can still tell it's a little undercooked. So now we're going to add the brown sugar. I'm going to do 1 generous helping first, and probably 1 more. Covered for 25 minutes. All right, it's been 25 minutes. Ooh. Wow. Pretty chewy. definitely done. All right, so it's drained and I added a little bit more brown sugar because it needed a little more sweetness, but I think it's ready to put in the boba. Let's give it a try. Very good. I think I could have used a little more sugar in my drink. I don't know why I can never get it to taste like the other roasted oolong places. But so good. Something else you can do at home, which is something you've probably already been doing anyway, are playing board games. Board games are a great way, especially if you live with roommates or if you have a spouse or someone that you live with, to just play a game that takes several hours. And usually I feel like whenever we play board games, we can only play 1 or 2 games because by that time it's like time to sleep, or we just don't have enough time in the day to play board games. But now you literally have all day if it's the weekend to play, and so I think it's a great opportunity to play new board games or to get to know new board games. One that we've been playing a lot is Wingspan, and Wingspan's also great for those of you that live alone or are alone, because you can play against automata, which means you can play solo against a computer or a player that has auto-generated moves for it depending on what you do. And it's still a challenge. It's still a great way to get to know the game and have fun. Other games like Puerto Rico we enjoy. There's a 2-player version variant that's online that you can also try if you only have 2 people at home. There's also other games or video games out there that you can play to pass the time and to, you know, get to know someone else better by playing a board game with them. Next is to watch movies or TV shows, but to the next level. And I also want to thank BenQ for sending me this GVI LED portable projector. I'll leave the coupon code below so that you guys can get 10% off your purchase, but this is a great way to elevate your viewing parties or to elevate when you're watching movies, because we and I actually don't have a TV. We usually just watch things on our laptop in bed, which I mean, it's okay for some TV shows and movies, but for a long periods of time, you know, our neck starts to hurt, it's kind of uncomfortable, and the screen is small. But with the projector, you can project it on any wall. It doesn't have to be plugged in because it has a built-in battery, and all you have to do is just turn on the button and then it'll project whatever you want. It even has Netflix if you want to link your account. You can AirPlay. It's really been a great asset to have during this time, because when we want to watch movies or TV shows, we can just set it up really quickly in our bedroom and just sit and watch things. Or if people come over after all this is over, people can watch things on our wall without having to have a TV or space for a TV. So for those of you that have smaller apartments or you don't want to invest in a TV, this is another great investment that you can use that's portable, so you can use it wherever you want in the house, and it's not tied to a certain piece of furniture or an appliance that will take up a lot of space, because you can hide it when it's done. And the projector has been really easy to set up. It's literally plug and play. You just turn it on, follow the prompts, add the Wi-Fi. Adding the Netflix account was not that difficult. There is a remote, so there's no keyboard, which does take a little bit of time, but once you set it up once, you don't have to hopefully enter it in again. What I also like about it is that there's no adjustments you need to make, because it auto adjusts the keystone for you, so it knows when it needs to readjust itself to be a certain way so that it's straight or it's fitting a certain wall size, and you can just move the projector front or forwards to make it bigger or smaller. So definitely recommend this projector. I didn't think I really needed it until I had it, and now that I have it, I think it's a great asset. Another great thing to take up during this time is a new hobby, or maybe something that you've been meaning to do, you just haven't had the time to do it, or you just feel like you haven't had the ability to take up something. For example, have you been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a blog, or something? Now's the time, the perfect time really, to sit down, think of content, write out posts, film videos. I mean, you really have nothing else better to do. And I know it seems difficult because you can't go outside and really film a lot, but a lot of my videos, if you guys haven't noticed, are me just sitting here talking to you guys with the knowledge that's already in my head or things that I've researched. And so I think you guys can take this time to really try to be more creative and use that creative outlet to work on that hobby you've been meaning to, like sewing or doing things that you've been meaning to do that you just put on the back burner. So again, having a home setup to film videos is really easy. Like me, you just need a chair, you just need a camera, a tripod, and a good light source, and that's all you really need to be able to film. You can even use your iPhone. A lot of things you can buy online and get them delivered to you to start your own channel or to start your own blog or whatever you want. So I would really take this time to be creative. Use the free time that you have to start that hobby you've been meaning to start. With the gyms closing, I think it's really easy for people to sort of get lazy and not work out anymore, but don't forget you can still work out at home. There's so many videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of fitness plans there's different apps you can use. I know that usually I just do the HIIT ladder workout sometimes with Hui if we're at the gym anyway, and so we can just do it at home. You can also just go on YouTube and type in different workouts and try them out and see what you like. I know a lot of gyms and fitness centers have been offering apps online where you can try things. So use this time to stay fit, even though you're not really moving very much, because you want to stay healthy. And hey, maybe you felt like you were too lazy to start working out, and maybe this is a great time to do it because you have a lot of free time. Another task you can take up is doing projects around the house or cleaning the house. So again, these are things that you probably put on the back burner or that you haven't been doing because you just feel like you haven't had the time, you're busy going out on weekends, you come home late from work. So maybe your house really needs a deep clean, maybe you need to vacuum those smaller reach places. I use a robot vacuum during the weekdays, but it doesn't reach every little nook and cranny, and there's certain areas I can tell have been neglected. And so, once a week, or now that I'm at home more, I can take the actual vacuum cleaner and vacuum certain things, like the crown moldings, the corners, the carpet, scrubbing things that maybe need to be scrubbed more. Doing a deep clean is not only satisfying, but it also helps you feel better because you're sanitizing things and you're keeping things clean throughout the time. Especially now that you're at home more, you're probably creating more dust and dirt throughout the day. So maybe you wanted to put up a shelf that you haven't been meaning to do, or you want to redecorate or rearrange your furniture. Now's a great time to do it because you have so much free time. The last thing is reading. It's another obvious one because it's probably something you've been doing or you like to do during your downtime, but pick up a new book. I personally am not a big reader, and so I don't really have many books to recommend to you guys, but if you haven't thought about that, get some online subscriptions, get a Kindle, buy a physical book and get it shipped to you, or buy a book on Amazon and get it sent to your phone, and then have the app and just read on your phone. That's something that you can do while you're at home, or listen to podcasts. Try to take this time to learn more about things that you haven't really been keeping up with or knowing a lot about. I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity to expand your knowledge and to learn a little bit while you have the time. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video and you got some ideas of what you can do during this shelter-in-place time. And I would just say, not only is it important to stay safe and healthy, but to really use this time to better and improve yourself, because you have all the time in the world. You don't have anything really holding you back, unless you, of course, have to go to work, or if you're in healthcare, then I totally understand that you are, kind of business as usual, and you don't have as much time. But for those of us that are home or have some more free time, I think it's a great opportunity to learn something new, to practice something, do something different, and not be afraid to fail because you have nothing to lose, really. And so I hope you guys use this time wisely. Let me know below in the comments if you have any other ideas and things that maybe I can try or that the community can try during this time. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!